Hello, everybody. This is Patricia back with Patricia's Crafting Corner. Today's going to be a really easy project. What I'm doing is making some can openers. It's a special treat for some graduating seniors that I know for 2025, and I just wanted to get a head start on these things because if the family likes them, we can make more to have to pass out to other family members. So, what I've done already is mix up 5 ounces of the Crisel or Crisel, excuse me. Um, Hold on one second here. Let me see. I don't want to mispronounce it. The Kisril resin, epoxy resin. And what I'm going to do, all of them are going to be clear. So it's no real big deal in what I'm doing, but it's just that I wanted to do this on video today. So I'm going to add just enough to coat the bottom layer and let those cure. And then I'll come back and add the finishing touches to them. It's not going to take long, hopefully. And I will have to do some work on my computer. Now this is going to be more or less like a little night light. And I know I'm going to have to add more to it. But this is going to be the first actual layer. I don't want to make it too thick. So hopefully maybe just another 5 ounces in here will complete this project too. They are all based on sports. My grandson, who is graduating next year, plays football and he runs track. So I'm going to have to make 2 for him. His mom, my daughter, can either keep one for herself and give one to someone else or keep them both. Depends on how she feels about it at the time. So, okay. I have my heat pad on. And we're just going to let this come to an cure. I did have some bubbles I saw in my resin. And I know that was because I stirred it a little too fast. But still in all, we'll get them all out. Squirt them with alcohol here. Mm. And I'll get everything cleaned up. And I'll see you when they've cured. See you a little bit later. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I've made the copies of the photos that I wanted to add into my can openers in this one little photo box, which will become a light. This is the pictures of my grandson and my nephew. Both of them are graduating this, in 2025. One's a senior from high school and one's a senior from college. Now, I don't know if you can actually see the pictures pretty too much, but this is my nephew, and this is just kind of like a little collage of my grandson from birth through his life and up to him present in his football uniform for his high school team. And this is my nephew Marcus in his uniform for his senior year college. So we're going to cut these out and lay them. And I printed these on a laser printer. I saw this once on Louise Singleton where she did sort of an homage to her dad. And she made a nightlight with a photo in it with the acetate paper. And she used the laser printer that she had. Because like she said, with this, you don't have to really worry about sealing it because this is not just regular ink that's going on here. This is through the laser process of the copier. So that's one thing that I like about the laser printer. I know it may be a little bit more expensive, but you can find paper, acetate, even sticker paper, any type for laser. And I'm just going to put this over to this side because I'll be able to use that again. Just the little remnants of the acetate. And I will place these in my products, and with resin we'll seal them in so that it'll be locked in place. And I think they'll be really nice gifts for the parents, and if they want to share some with like grandparents, aunts, uncles. Now I'm not really good with cutting, so I'm going to do my best to do this. I know, and I pray that when I lay this down and cover it with the resin, you won't be able to see how poor of a job I did with cutting it. And another thing, now I just put my finger over the picture and it didn't smear. That's the best thing about it. So that's why I'm really happy to be able to use my laser printer to make these copies. Now these are for the can openers that I've already filled with one layer of resin. Once I've got these in place, like I said, I will prepare more resin and fill and then let them cure. So if you want to just watch while I work, do so. But this time it'll be without any music. It'll just be me being quiet for just a few minutes. I know that's going to be hard to deal with too. So here we go. Try to remember put these things in frames so you can see actually what I'm doing. I know everybody knows how to cut, but still, with this video, I wanted you to see exactly what I was doing. The one thing that I did notice that I'm not really sure, but I know we'll see how it works. Yeah, I'm going to have to size this down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take a little portion above the head and snip that. And the 2025 senior, I'm going to cut that off. Maybe able to put it somewhere else. And then again, this is the first time I've ever done this, or even used this mold. It's not really hard to do. You just do what you would do normally when you're making your products with your resin. But it's just taken me a little step further in my working process. Okay. Now I'm still going to have to cut more. What I'm going to have to do is just go back in on my computer and resize this. I didn't want to make them too short because I wanted to give them some height. Mm-hmm. And I know what I'll do. I'll just try to cut him out. Just see how that works. This is altogether crazy here because I really can't put it in frame and let you see, but I want to let you see where I'm at with this, okay? So I'm just cutting him out, going around the outline of him. And I'm just hoping that the one that I've made for the nightlight won't need so much work done to it. But if this comes across really cool, maybe I will do that. Yeah, it's kind of rough, even with my grandson, just seeing these guys all grown up and all big and bulky and out here doing what they like to do. That would work better, I believe, in the bottle. Yes, that one would be perfect. And even with that, the senior 2025, I can cut that down just a little bit more. So you can see, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I just made it just a little bit smaller. And maybe I can put it to the side or something like that. And what I can do is have my brother send one to Marcus and let him look at it and see. The only problem is that with my senior 2025, yeah, that'll show. Because what I did, I just kind of flipped it over, but I wasn't sure because I didn't print it like, when you do on your Cricut, you can print and have it reverse image, basically, so that you'll know and that the words will come out. Now see, yeah, it'll show good on either one, I believe. You'll still be able to see. Now with Terry, maybe I could just trim his down. Terry is my grandson, and I have to say I am truly proud of this young man. Not just because he's my grandson, but just to be able to talk with him and sit down and have conversations with him. He is amazing. I mean, it's conversations that I can have with another adult on an adult level, and he's just smart. It just rolls off his tongue. He can talk about some of everything, and I have to honestly tell him sometimes after we've talked, hey, you know what? I learn something new from you every time we talk, and I do, honestly. And I really enjoy talking to my grandson because we can talk for hours and we can be silly with each other, and he'll know. Sometimes if he doesn't understand, I'll tell, oh, baby, I'm just joking. I didn't mean that. But, even with that, he can take it as well as give it, depending on who's giving. Now, with Marcus in this larger one, I printed this in more or less like a 3-point, it's a Japanese envelope style. So I'm just going to, and I'm really trying to decide if I want to leave the black border around it or, get rid of it. What I'm thinking is that I'm going to do the same thing with this one as I did with his photograph, is go around the outline of him. And lay him in place. Because he's going to have a light in there to, not in the actual photograph, but I'm going to sit it on top of a base with the light to be able to highlight him. I think his grandfather would love this one. I think my brother would be very proud to display this somewhere. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I guess I can shape that up a little bit better. My grandson didn't start out in any athletics because he had asthma as a baby and grew up with it over the years, but he decided in his junior year of high school that he was going to go out for football and track. And like you say, he didn't really go out to try to become a great athlete or anything. He wanted to experience it for himself and then have that under his belt. At least he knew he did something that he wanted to do. He did it. And now that it's coming to completion, I believe that they're going to be going to state championship. And I've tried to attend every game, even when I wasn't feeling up to it. I still went. I endured it because it was for him. And I've been with this kid every step of the way. Everything he's gone through, tried to do, even as far as driving now. He's driving. I didn't put 2025 on this one, and I guess I should have, but I might be able to do something else with it. Okay, now that you see how I've got it positioned, and that's where I want it. I'm going to actually lay just a little bit of resin in there so that I can let it sit and soak, maybe not so much as, but tack it down. That's my intentions of doing that. So I will be back in a few minutes after I've made up my resin. And those are the pictures. Hopefully you can see them. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've mixed up 6.5 ounces of the Kisril epoxy resin. And what I'm going to do is just at first just put a little bit down because I want to be able to add my picture and no bubbles be underneath. And hopefully doing this, it would be okay. So I'm just taking a little bit and spreading it out where I know the picture will be placed. And since I'm doing this, I know that it's not going to cure that fast because it gives me 40-minute time to work once it's been stirred. And it's going to go in the center. And I won't be using my heat mat with this one because I'm not sure if it would affect the photo with the extra heat. So we're just going to go through the regular curing time. Okay, I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing with this one. Oh, and one thing I have to say, oh my God, I got blessed by Miss Wanda last week with the most spectacular gift. Miss Wanda blessed me with a new webcam with the light attached. And that's what I'm using now. So unfortunately, I can't show it to you, but I can definitely tell you. It's the little round webcam, and I'm sure some of you may have one already or you know about it because I had the just standard little small web camcorder, and I had mine attached on my tripod. And this camera here that Miss Wanda sent me is totally perfect. I mean, really perfect. I can, I'm telling you, I'm so amazed with the things that I can do with it that I couldn't do with my camcorder. I probably could, but I'm not one of those people that want to go into all of that. Tell me, show me. But then, even sometimes with that, you have to repeat it a couple of times. I'm blaming that on my senior citizenship age because since I've been sick and on all these different medications, it just seems like it's hard for me to retain a lot of information. So just walk me through it. Don't get upset with me. Just help me to figure it out, but at my own pace. And if I forget, have a forgiving heart. Don't get upset. It's not a reflection on you and your teaching skills. It's basically just me being able to retain that information. But this one is just basically a walk in the park. I've got it connected to my computer. I don't have a laptop, so what I had to do is just put it in one of the USB ports, just like you would with the laptop, and just let it go. I didn't have to think too hard on anything. My granddaughter helped me with the process, and I thank her intensely because without her, I wouldn't know how to do any of this stuff. And like I say, I say she's my computer whiz, but I know I frustrate her a lot sometimes. But even with that, hey, it's a work in progress. And I just want to make sure that everybody is covered and down in place. Now with Marcus, I did have one other little piece that I just put to the side. And just work it in good. I'm really excited about this. Oh, I didn't finish you with the camera. But anyway, bless you, Miss Wanda. Thank you for the blessing because I didn't expect it. And when I got the news that she was sending me a surprise, what kind of surprise could it be? Never dreamed it would be a camcorder. Oh, she is such a beautiful person, beautiful soul. She just don't know how she made my heart just feel so much love for her because like I said, normally we don't give people the respect and props that they're due while they're alive, but you want to always say good things. I want to say good things now while she can hear them and know that she has definitely blessed me in more than one way. I see little air bubbles, work with them, and so they don't want be trapped in his photo. But this is my first one. If it is, I'm just going to have to learn how to do something a little bit different. I'm praying it doesn't. So with that, I'm just going to try to work with this until I feel comfortable about covering it with the rest of the resin to let it just come to its completion and curing. And if you haven't done this before, try it. Because, like I say, I've been waiting and waiting for the opportunity. And I just didn't feel comfortable before because I didn't feel that I knew enough about resin and all that stuff to be able to accomplish it without any hiccups. But I don't feel that way anymore. I mean, hey, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to try it. And if it doesn't work, be honest and show my mistakes and keep going, because that's the only way that I'm going to learn. And for anybody that's newer than me, for you to learn by our mistakes. And that's one thing I loved about all the people that I've viewed and watched. No matter how long they've been doing this, they all say the same thing. You know, they have hiccups too. So I think I've covered everything good. Let me see if I can get you down here so you can see. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Let me get you down here. Yeah. Now that's as far in as I can get it, because I do have it pretty close up. But that's how it looks. And prayerfully, like I said, there's no air bubbles trapped. So I'm just going to finish off with a little more to fill my mold. And we'll let it cure. And our last step will be our demolding. I'm going to move him over for a minute. And the presentation of it. And see, even with the photo, the lighted photo, I'm not worried about it being too thick, because, like I say, it's just something that I'm doing to surprise people. I got my brother, his wife, and his daughter with. And yes, of course, Marcus. I hope he likes it. But we can do keychains, key rings, whatever you call them. And now the rest of this is going to go all in here. Oops, went out. Hope I didn't go out on the mat. Now my grandson does have one where he's posed like his cousin, and I want to make a key ring or either a bottle opener for him for that, because I don't have as many pictures for Marcus. And but then if my niece decides she wants to use something else, a different picture, I would be more than happy to do that for. I have two other nephews that were football players, and one still is. He's a sophomore in high school. Now these, I'm going to have to probably tape the size of this mold because it's real thin and it's loose. This is the actual frame for it, but it's still, it doesn't lay flat against the sides of it. And I'll need to find some tape for that. So the next time I come back, we'll demold and demold these and see what they turned out to look like. See you when it's all done. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back. I let my pieces cure overnight, and I see already a bubble. So what's what I'm going to do is we're going to demold these and then just take a good look at them and see how they turned out. I didn't dome them, so I am going to have to go around the edges and see how that worked out. And this one, oh yeah, okay. I was afraid that the, I don't know what, is there something wet or what? But anyway, this is the final result of my work. Let's flip these over. Oh, Marcus has a little air bubble in his belly, but it still turned out. I guess I could next time shrink him down just a little bit more. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. But I think for the first time try, it turned out pretty good. And I see little bitty micro bubbles in there. But, you know, who knows? Next time it'll probably be better. Now with my grandson, let's see what we've got in this one. Oh, wow, there's a bubble in his chest. Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure this out. I don't want any bubbles in there at all. And then not only that, I don't know if that's the mold, but it looks like there's a line running through there with like a crease or something in the mold. Let me see. Yeah, that's in the mold. I can't do anything about that. So, but at least it turned out to a point where now I know that it will work for me and what to do. And our last piece, I'm going to take out of the, here, let me put it in frame. Take it out of the little frame here. I had to tape it down because the edges were kind of bulging, and I hope that didn't affect the piece itself. Now I am a little miffed because I ordered the lights to go under this from Amazon and they sent me the wrong thing. I wanted the long rectangle lights. They sent me the round lights. I don't know how they could confuse that. Oh, the thickness on this is just perfect. I love this. Now, yeah, we do have air bubbles in here too. We have one, two, I'm sorry, I should put it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But like I say, practice makes perfect. And I'm not trying to be perfect, but I do want them to be nice. So with that, that's about it for this video. I don't have anything else to go into. So, but next time I do it, I'll know that this height is perfect. It's beautiful. I do have one of my other lights here. I can just give you an example and let me lower, we'll zoom out some. Yes, and like I said, this is the camera that Miss Wanda gave me, sent me as a surprise, and I do have the little letter. So hold on a second and let me get that. I'll locate that and come right back. Okay, I'm back. I found the note that accompanied the camera, and I'd like to read it to you. It says, "Hello, my beautiful sister. Just a little blessing for you. I love you. God bless you. From Wanda." Wanda, thank you again. Thank you so much. And I love you, my sister, because through it all, you've been there by my side. You listen to my complaints, and I'm not going to keep going on because I know people know how much I care about you. And thank you again. Now, I did find the base, which I said I would. Is not the one that I ordered. I wanted the long rectangle base. And I'm just going to turn the light on. I know it's a little bright, but I've turned all my overhead lights and things off. Oh my God, that is so bright. I don't know. But anyway, Marcus is supposed to light up. Let's see. And it doesn't, it's only got one setting. And that's, with this one, it's just on. So that's not going to work with this one. And I'm sorry. You can see that. But at least you can see that Marcus came through bright and he's looking good standing there in his uniform. And even with the can opener, I think it turned out really well. And for my grandson, I'm going to do one with him in his uniform, standing alone also. So, all together, this is what we made. And thank you for being with me. Thank you for being patient with me. And thank you for growing with me. I like to thank all of my subscribers, everyone that watches the videos, that likes, and even those who just look at it and just keep going. Thank you all, because every time you look at these, it makes me feel like what I'm doing is worthwhile. And it does. It helps me a lot to just be able to do what I'm doing and be relaxed about it. It's better when I'm relaxed because I have fun, and that's what it's meant to be. Thank you again, and see you next time. Oops. Bye bye.